we are the largest manager of 831B plans in the country, and we're very proud of that. And we do it. We do it very well. Obviously, I think our volume speaks to that self. But aside of all that, of course, I got bias on that. But
sure.
But if you're hearing about this for the first time, obviously it's another tool in the tool chest for business owners, and you owe it to yourself to always explore all types of tools when it comes to tax mitigation, and at the same time utilizing risk. So that's really what we're doing, utilizing tax deferred. And here's the thing about after-tax dollars. All that is your K1 retained earnings, your operating capital, all of those things. And of course, all of a sudden you start having expenses come in that you weren't budgeted for. Mm-hmm. You're drawing down the operating capital. COVID-19, the best example I give on that, unfortunately, today is traditional insurance companies will never cover that business interruption trigger. And they can't afford to. It's too catastrophic. When everybody has the claim at the same time, insurance companies cannot afford to offer those types of coverage. Only the government can truly back that up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I say unfortunately because we still don't know all the pros and cons of what went on during COVID between the PPP and the ERC programs and all those lovely things.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're telling business owners today, and one of the reasons why we've grown exponentially over the last couple of years, is this concept of having your own PPP plan. And that's literally what the 831B allows you to do. If you're going to have a profitable year, and I tell business owners all this all the time, if you're having a profitable year, taking a little bit off the top, parking it off to the side is not only great risk management, but it's just good business. And, unfortunately, most business owners today, they know the 179 accelerated depreciation. They know how to spend money in order to take deductions, which is somewhat of a form of insanity, right? And that's one of the reasons why I got a lot of people in trouble in 2008, quite honestly, was my clients, which were home builders typically, or commercial builders, general contractors and subcontractors. Fourth quarter coming around, they met with their accountant for tax planning, and the accountant says, "Hey, I owe this much money in taxes." They'd call me up and say, "Hey, what's it going to cost for another skid steer and 2 more trucks?" Now, they may have needed that equipment, may not have needed that equipment, or the equipment they had was perfectly fine. I don't know. But all they did was bet next year was going to be better than this year. And unfortunately, it got caught up in a lot of people, and they found themselves being, loans, governances and loans started to mean things, and banks started to foreclose, and and all those good things. And that's really when there had to be a smarter, better way. That's when I really became a believer in the program. And now you fast forward through all the trials and tribulations business owners have today when it comes to this risk itself. I mean, back in 1986, when the code was being formed, it was for really traditional insurances. Now you fast forward to things we're going to talk about today is like brand protection, dispute resolution, supply chain risk, the cyber exposure business owners have today. And unfortunately, more and more insurance companies they'll write a cyber policy, but it basically covers credit watch for the people that were compromised. It really doesn't do anything for the benefit of your company. It doesn't hire the forensic team to come in and find out what happened. I mean, there's just a lot of, unfortunately, cyber is becoming and we've known it for a while. And then you fast forward to COVID, where, can we really expect the government to step in? If you need a PPP to keep your business afloat, what are you doing differently today than you were prior to that? Because any entrepreneur out there doesn't want to rely on the government to keep them afloat. But you had to do what you had to do.